Hey vinyl community, today I am going to be jumping on a contest that once again I am late to the party on, and I apologize, but I still want to support this channel. I am talking about JT's Record Room. Love his channel. If you have not checked out JT's Record Room, JT is what we affectionately call in the vinyl community a metalhead. He's into hair metal, he's into speed metal, he's into death metal, he's into doom metal, he's into black metal, he's into folk metal, he's into blues metal. Any kind of metal, JT is all about it. He likes hardcore, he likes thrash. Wait a minute. I might be I I might be thinking of JC Hard Rock and Metal Reviews. I'm sorry, JT's Record Room. Right. JT's Record Room. No, JT is an awesome YouTuber. One of the things that I like about JT is his style and mine are very closely aligned. As a matter of fact, he had done a couple of cassette videos where he went through some of the cassettes that he has in his garage. And every single one, every single cassette container that he showed had at least 20 cassettes that I wish I owned. He's just got a fabulous collection. Looking through his vinyl, I am so jealous at some of the stuff that he's got. But he's done some videos on the origins of country rock, which I thought was very cool. But he likes all kinds of interesting stuff. He likes classic rock. He likes some contemporary stuff. I was just seeing a video that he'd done recently. He was showing Fleet Fox's album that I know I need to get. So he's up on all the latest music, but he's also heavy into the classic rock. So make sure you check out JT's Record Room if you haven't already, and look through his collection with him. It is some amazing stuff in there. My jaw drops looking through all the records that he's got, because there's always some titles in there. I'm like, how does he have that? And damn it, I wish I had that in my collection. So I have a hard time watching his channel because I get so jealous of all the records he's got. Let's put it that way. So anyway, JT wants us to show 5 records that we still like today, that we liked in our youth, but we still like to this day. So very easy list for me to put together, because a lot of the music that I was into when I was younger, I am still into today. And I'm going to start with my favorite band of all time, the Beatles, and I'm going with their debut record because there's just such vitality on this record. There's this is a band who really, Beatlemania had not hit yet when they recorded this. And so there's still kind of that youthful naivety and enthusiasm. And these guys are trying to climb to the top of the mountain. They're starting to show some of their great songwriting skills on this album. This was, of course, the American version of With the Beatles. The track lineups are a little different, but this is a better album, I think, because you've got I Want to Hold Your Hand on here. I Saw Her Standing There, which was off the Please Please Me album. The B-side of I Want to Hold Your Hand, This Boy. Then we start getting into some of the With the Beatles material with It Won't Be Long, All I've Got to Do, All My Loving, Don't Bother Me. Little Child is great, but just a fantastic album. And there is a reason why the Beatles took America by storm back in the day. This album rocks. Now, the next album that I'm going to show was one of my dad's albums that I really didn't get into this band until later. I kind of liked what I heard on here, but they weren't really cool when I was growing up, and so didn't really pick them up again until probably I was out of college. But talking about ELO, and this is somewhat of a hits collection from their first 5 albums up through Face the Music. But, again, ELO is one of my favorite bands, and some of the stuff on here is just unbeatable. You've got Roll Over Beethoven, which is actually it's 8 minutes and 2 seconds. So it's somewhat of an abbreviated version on here. You've got Showdown from On the Third Day, Ma Bell, also from On the Third Day. Can't Get It Out of My Head from El Dorado, Boy Blue, also from El Dorado, and then from Face of Music, you've got Evil Woman and Strange Magic. So it's not a long album, but it still showcases all of ELO's early strengths before they started getting into more kind of pop-oriented stuff, like New World Record and Out of the Blue and Discovery, and through the late 70s. So this is the first ELO greatest hits. There's a lot better compilations you can get now, but back when I was growing up, this was the one to have. And it's also got some cool liner notes from Jeff Lynne talking about each of the tracks on the back, which I think is very cool. Third one I'm going to show, got to go with Elton John. Always loved Elton John. Elton John was the first artist that I was heavily into. And I'm going to show this album. This was the first album that I really liked by Elton John. You know, it's okay. It's not his best album, but it's got some of my favorite Elton John tunes from back in the day. You've got Daniel on here. I think Elderberry Wine is cool. Midnight Creeper is great. Of course, it's got Crocodile Rock on here. Texan Love Song is sort of a tongue-in-cheek, but it's very much a commentary on race relations in the South. I'm going to Be a Teenage Idol. Certainly, Elton John was starting to become very popular and become a teen idol in America and the UK in the early 70s. But great album. I love the packaging on this too. It's got lyric booklet and just a lot to look at, a lot of cool photographs and stuff. So as a kid, I used to listen to this record and just stare at the artwork and read the lyrics and just absorb all of this. And it was great. Next album is also one that my dad owned, one that used to play around the house all the time, and one that I have loved since I first heard it, and that is Boston's debut album. One of those great debut albums, just solid right out of the gate. And this has got some songs that have been overplayed on the radio. More Than a Feeling, of course, Peace of Mind, Rock and Roll Band, Let Me Take You Home Tonight, Foreplay, Long Time. But this, I don't care. This album sounds as fresh to me today as it did the first time I heard it. And it's great rock and roll. It stood the test of time, and it's a fantastic listen, even now. It's not one of these albums that sounds really dated. I mean, you can tell it's from the 70s, but still, it doesn't sound dated in a cringy kind of way. It's still a solid hard rock album. And then the last one I'm going to show, and I don't care if people want to make fun of me for this one, but I am going to show Duran Duran. I loved Duran Duran growing up. Just solid pop songwriting, new wave, but just catchy tracks on here. And my favorite tracks are the ones that you didn't hear on the radio on here. I love I'm Looking for Cracks in the Pavement, I Take the Dice, Of Crime and Passion, Shadows on Your Side is great. Even the instrumental Tiger Tiger I like a lot. Seventh Stranger is great. The reason I don't like, I'm not going to say I don't like, the reason I prefer the non-album tracks over the album tracks, number one, I think they're better, but number two, just heard these songs to death on MTV and on the radio back in the early 80s. The Reflex, New Moon on Monday, and Union of the Snake. But still a great song. So those are my records. And then JT also wants us to show 3 movies or 3 directors that we really dig and maybe that have great soundtracks. The first one that I am going to show is Easy Rider, and this is from the same team, more or less, that produced the Monkees movie Head, which I really like a lot. And I remember I saw this in college and got to see it on the big screen in our classroom, and just could not believe how weird and cool it was. Some great music in here, but also just the whole road trip theme. And you think it's just going to be, you know, these guys hanging out in America, driving across the country. They're on their way to Mardi Gras. And then sort of the seedy underbelly of America kind of starts to creep in. And you got some people that don't, you know, especially in the South, people that don't appreciate the hippies and the long hairs. And then, like, the end of the movie, if you haven't seen the end of this movie, it's just like, holy crap. It's really a kind of a shocking ending, actually. And the way it ends is like, wow. But I'm not going to spoil the ending, but if you've seen it, you know. But it's still just a great movie. Second one I'm going to show, I love Martin Scorsese. This, to me, is a perfect movie. It might be my favorite movie of all time. Goodfellas, love this one. You got Ray Liotta, you've got Joe Pesci, of course you got Robert De Niro, or as I call him, Bobby De Niro, because he and I are tight like that. He only lets certain people call him Bobby. I happen to be one of them. But anyway, great movie. And this was my gateway into other gangster movies like The Godfather. But just love it. I'm a sucker for a gangster movie, and this is the best of all time as far as I'm concerned. And then got to go with Quentin Tarantino. And this one doesn't get a whole lot of love. The Hateful Eight. I love this. Love it. Don't know that I'd go so far as to say it's my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, but it is in the conversation, absolutely. And it's more a dialogue-based movie. It's kind of set in the late 1800s, but it's almost like a murder mystery or Clue. You don't know the intentions. There's 8 different characters here, and you don't know any of their intentions. You don't know, are they good? Are they who they say they are? Are they evil? Are they in some kind of conspiracy? Who is on the same team? And it's just all these characters that are kind of, I guess you could kind of say, trapped together in a cabin because of the snowstorm that has happened. It's a long movie, but Samuel Jackson gives a great performance in here. Absolutely worth the price of admission just to see him on here. Kurt Russell is also on here. He gives a great performance. Jennifer Jason Leigh is almost recognizable in this movie, but she is so fun and funny to watch in here. And yeah, I mean, you got the usual Tarantino suspects, Tim Roth, Michael Madsen, but yeah, great movie. So anyway, JT, that is my contest entry. Good luck on your channel. Check out JT's Record Room. You won't be sorry. Take care.